Welcome back, everyone. This is Liz Faircloth.
And I am Andressa Gidali. Today, we are talking on our minisode about anxiety. Is everybody excited about it? Right? Raise your hand if you have it. You don't have it. If you don't have it, you're just not aware that you have it. Anyway, let's get to the point here. The goal for the episode today is to give you 5 tips for overcoming investing anxiety. And let's start by doing a quick disclaimer list that we're not looking to avoid the feeling, suppress the feeling. We're looking to acknowledge that the feeling that we feel, it's there. And we need to take in consideration as well as any other numbers that we look, trends, and data. Right? So look at anxiety as a data point, but don't let it control you. So let's get to the point here and give you all the practical tips that you can use to overcome that feeling. So let's go. First thing, there's a lot of chatting inside our own brain, right, Liz?
Too much. Too much.
And anxiety really feeds on that. So the more that we stick with our own thoughts and we don't share with others, we don't bounce ideas, it just grows, and then it paralyzes. So the first tip is to really share, not with anybody that you're like, social media, here we go. That's not what we're requesting. We're requesting for you to mindfully share with those that you like, trust, and respect, and bounce ideas. So you are hearing from different perspectives. You don't know, but they might have gone through what you're going through right now. So you wanna get help on your blind spot. So that's the number one. The second one, Liz, is your business criteria. Your property criteria. Many times I've seen it over and over again. A lot of people, especially nowadays, are not able to handle the anxiety and the pressure, and they make a decision to purchase a property that does not fit their criteria just so they can feel better. And that is a trap. And that's what we don't want you to do. Just so you can stop that feeling of not purchasing a property all the past 3 months, the past 6 months, but past whatever months, I haven't purchased a property. I need to get one in order for me to stop what I'm feeling. And then you get yourself in much bigger trouble. So really understanding what is your criteria and what you're going to be walking away if that doesn't meet, regardless of it. Because guess what? When you purchase that property that does not make financial sense, the feeling won't go away. You're going to have different feelings coming up through worry. Now what? Now I made a bad decision. And that's going to just keep piling up as you go along. So keep in mind.
I want to just share something quick about part of the deal criteria is having your finger on the pulse, meaning so many times, Andressa, right, even in our Strive mentorship program where women are sharing the deals they're looking for, they're looking for like a unicorn property, right? And they're like, I'm going to be in this market and I want to cash flow $4,000 a door. And it's just like all of these kind of criteria, but it's not really realistic, if you will, to the particular market for the particular asset. And I hear it all the time. So the biggest recommendation is certainly create your criteria, but create it based on like what's happening right now with your particular asset class and that particular market. Because what you're looking for may just be a unicorn that you're just never going to find. I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm trying to be realistic. And I think that's a really savvy move for women as investors today versus like, this is my deal criteria and I can't stray from it. Like, gotta have the finger on the pulse.
We were just having this conversation yesterday, right? During our live mastermind.
Yeah. So maybe think of it.
Training ourselves to do not look at one option. Force our brains to think about 2 extra options about anything that we do. Any decisions that we make, we always say, okay, what is proposal number 1, 2, and 3? and do some variations. Because if you are only focused on like, I want to invest in California because I want to invest in California because I live in California and just like that. But the pricing here doesn't make sense. You won't cash flow. Well, so you got to be flexible on what are you willing to go outside California? Yes, no, why yes, why no, what partnership with other people. So you can start expanding the possibilities and ask yourself, would I feel comfortable with this position? Or what will make me feel comfortable with this option here that was not the original that I need? But always train your brain to have 3 options. All right. So number 1, share your thoughts with others. Number 2, have a clear criteria. Number 3 here, embrace your decisions. There's no right or wrong decision. There's just a decision to be made. And the decision that you're going to make will be the right one for you. If I look back and say, did I make right decisions in my life? Yeah, I made them right. I made them right. Even they were wrong, I made them right, right? And the ones that I did not make them right, that were wrong decisions, I learned a ton of it. So I think that reframing, Liz, a lot of people get a lot of anxiety because they like, I need to make sure this is the right decision. You never know. Even if it's the right decision here, path 1 and path 2, you can make them be the right decision for you. You would never know what would have happened if you haven't got on a date with Matt, Liz.
Had I not really liked him at first.
If you haven't liked him at first, you're like, hey, dude, I play football better than you.
Pretty much. Pretty much. That's just how it goes.
Right? So, no, right? What would have been the path if I haven't chose to come to the U.S.? And did you know this, Liz? My plan was Spain.
No, I did not. That would have been a different trajectory for you.
Yeah. Well, I got approved for a master's degree there in Spain. And I did not go there because they want the full tuition upfront. I was like, well, no, thanks so much. Thank you very much.
Oh, what would have been life without Andressa?
Can you believe it?
I would have gone to Spain somehow and met you either way, right?
Who knows, right? The universe is just crazy. So here you go. Embrace your decisions. Number 4, which is so important, and I learned this about a year or 2 ago by reading a book from Ray Dalio about decision-making process. If you know or if you don't know, you have a framework that you have been making decisions. And here's what you can do about it. All right, so if people are aware of it or not aware of it, people make decisions in their personal life or in their business the same way. What do I mean by that? We have been making decisions based on a recipe. And if we're aware of the recipe or not, that doesn't mean that the recipe does not exist. Now, what I encourage you to think about is, what is the recipe that I have been making? Do I bounce ideas with people? How much do I research about something before I make a decision? Or I research too much that I'm like overwhelmed, paralyzed, or too little that I actually don't have enough data to move forward? Do I base my decision on the people more over the property or the property and I forget about the people? So the decisions that you have been making throughout your life and career have a pattern. And the goal here is for you to understand what this pattern is. They're like, Andressa, that's freaking complicated. Yes, I understand that. And I have a solution for you. Always have a solution. Here's the deal. At InvestHER, we're going to be interviewing on a panel 6 very successful entrepreneurs, investors, and we're going to pick their brain on what they are using to make decisions. And during the session, all the attendees are going to be able to download the decision-making framework that Liz and I put together. and is a very holistic approach. It's a checklist. We did the thinking for you. We did the work for you. So you can use that to make any decisions in your business. That is a framework that you would feel very confident at the end of that framework. If you need to make that decision, if you're making a good decision and the right decision for you, or you don't have enough data in order to make that decision and you need to do a little bit of more digging. So for all the lucky attendees that are going to be at InvestorCon, they're going to get that for free. And if you have not purchased your ticket, what are you waiting for? Come on. Check the link below and reserve your seat. We'll be sold out by the end of the month. So please don't miss this opportunity to get to InvestorCon and surround yourself with over 500 women. Last thing, Liz, consider a long-term impact. We were talking about it this morning. The decisions that we made 5 years ago are reflecting in our lifestyle now. And I look around every morning, right? I make my coffee on my espresso machine that I learned how to freaking foam the milk and make myself the latte that I like. I sit down on my couch and I have sunlight. And every morning I'm like, life is pretty good. And I'm very glad that I made very tough decisions in my life. And this is the result. This is the peaceful house that I want. This is the schedule that I want. This is the business that I want. This is the lifestyle that I want. So for all of you, think about the decisions that you are making right now, not like what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, a month from now. The decisions that you are making right now and the decisions that you are not making right now will shape your future. So please make sure you are conscious of both of them.
Love it. I love it. And as we continue to navigate our lives and our investing business, that is what's going to make the difference, right? Because we're being intentional, we're being conscious. That's what we're requiring and inviting you all that are listening to do.
100%. And keep in mind, you don't have to have all the answers. That's why this community exists. Lean in on women that have done that, have been there, and they can share their lessons with you so you don't have to make the freaking mistakes that we made. All right. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much.